All right, we've got the JooJoo here. It is here at last. It is a big screen. It's a tablet device. I'm sure you've read all about it already. So on the side we've got the power button and the USB. USB, there's no storage on here or user accessible storage. It's for charging it. But there's also a charging port right here for a regular wall wart charger, and oh, that's the mic, headphones, charger. And that is it. There are no other physical buttons on here, and so we're just going to turn this on. It's got this power button that's actually kind of like recessed. You kind of have to use your fingernail to get in there, but it's powering on right now. If you can see, it was blinking right there, and it's on. So that's fast, and it definitely props to them for getting that boot up time pretty rapid. Now, something that always seems to revert, I'm going to turn up the brightness. It's got an ambient light sensor that's actually pretty sensitive, and it's right here. Let's turn it on. It's right here, which is actually where you might be holding it. It's not the most convenient place for an ambient light sensor, but let's just turn that off so we've got better. So these are all the settings, and that's about it. Now to get back to the home screen, you swipe down and have JooJoo, which, if nobody ever told you that, you might never figure it out. But it can be pretty frustrating in its own right. Now, there's no way to launch like an empty web browser from the home. There's just these shortcuts right here, and there's different categories or whatever, but you just basically are at the whim of here. You can add your own bookmarks, but you can't just start a naked browsing experience. So let's pop this open. Every time you tap one of those, it creates a new tab, and here's the tabs right here. Oh, tapped the wrong thing. Here's the tabs, which is, it's kind of like card view. I have 2 copies of YouTube, it's very helpful. It's kind of like card view and a WebOS, and you can swipe them away to get rid of the tabs, and then just tap here. And so now, one of the big things, let's see, we were watching a great Muppet video just recently. So in YouTube, only on YouTube, there's a JooJoo and a YouTube option. And this is basically, JooJoo's kind of cheating at Flash, because JooJoo option loads the MPEG file that is present with any YouTube video, similar to what like the iPad uses as a video. Let's see, did that launch up? Here we go. Come on. Nope, it's crashing out. I'm not sure what's happening here. Let's try a different video. There we go. So this plays really smoothly in full screen, as you can tell. So if we go, or here's that button right there closes it. The controls are kind of out. Having a little problems here. There we go. So now we're out. Now this is the YouTube version. It'll play pretty well in this view and the smaller view. It's just a little choppy, but once you go to full screen, it gets pretty bad. And if you're playing YouTube HD, it gets really choppy. Hulu and full screen is really choppy. It's just because they don't have hardware flash acceleration yet. You're kind of at the whims of basically only sites where you can do the MPEG-4 thing. It's basically, it's not HTML5, but it's the similar idea. You're playing the native file, which is easy for the GPU to decode, instead of Flash, which is CPU heavy until they get a newer version of Flash on there. And that's basically it. There's an accelerometer, which sometimes can be a little funky. Now, there's no multi-touch or anything There's just a 2-finger scrolling, and JooJoo doesn't reformat or size down the site. So when you are in this vertical orientation, most sites are actually too wide for it. And when you're in this horizontal orientation, it's actually really super wide. So it is nice to have the larger screen, at least for video, but it doesn't actually help too much as far as browsing goes. So just check out a couple of sites. We got Twitter. Oh, I don't know what happened there. This happens every once in a while as I try to tap something and it scrolled instead. And you'll see why it is frustrating to have to swipe down that, just because the capacitive touchscreen is decent, but it's not the greatest. And now I was logged into Twitter previously, but it sort of seems to have forgotten about me, which happens sometimes. But I mean, it does implement Flash, which is, it's the real internet. Let's just check out Hulu, and you can see what I mean about the full screen thing. Oh, and there are some hardware controls along here, which are easy to access. This is bookmark. There's the audio. Some of them don't work very well when you are playing video, so you kind of have to watch for that. Let's see. Must have touched something. I'm accidentally tapping things. Not really sure what we're going to end up with here. Definitely does load the sites pretty quickly. We get to watch an ad.
From days of long ago.
This might be a good time to look at the viewing angle here. It actually has decent. In this angle is decent viewing angle, but up and down it gets black really quickly when you tilt it down like that. It's definitely no iPad, and for me, I'm over here trying to show you what I'm doing, and I can barely see what's going on. This is probably the worst sort of video to watch. As far as smoothness, but so we'll go full screen, and you can tell it just gets really choppy really fast. But yeah, and that's still playing in the background. So that's JooJoo. It's out. It works, but it's got a lot of little flaws that make it a bit of a chore to work with.